Okay, I'm gonna see if I can make hopefully a fairly quick video on how to take images from the web and without paying for them. Okay, so let's type Broncos logo and switch over to images. If you can already find one that's transparent, that saves a lot of time. So like these would be great images, but I'll make it a little harder but hopefully quick for the demo. Broncos logo. Thought I saw one a minute ago that was kind of cool, but I don't see it here. Where did that go? There we go, that one's cool. See if I can steal this. So sometimes images are cheap enough on like Etsy. Like that one's got some cool stuff for $1.99. Probably totally worth it. That one for $4, probably totally worth it if you get all those for that price, if you want any of those. But anyway, so well, let me save this image. Let me redo that. For whatever reason, my computer's acting funny. Yeah, so we'll save the image here. Broncos 2. Okay. So open up the Cricut design space. This might be the world's longest video, unfortunately. So new project, upload, find your image. And you're probably going to have to open it multiple times. Usually I just say simple if you're not doing too many colors. A lot of times if you reduce the colors here to maybe 4 colors or so, it saves a lot of time, and then sometimes changing the color tolerance, that doesn't seem to be changing much. Yeah, that makes it sharper the higher you go there. What would happen if I went down to 3 colors? It doesn't get rid of the grays. Okay. Well, shoot, all these grays are going to take me forever to clean up. Oh, surprisingly, 2 colors looks good. So the cleaner you can start with, the better for sure. Then let's do we'll do the blue first. So we'll erase a lot of this, erase everything but the blue. And we'll have to zoom in to make this easier on ourselves here. I'm not going to do the best job ever since it's just a tutorial, but there was a few things I wanted to show. So before you hit accept, do the preview, and a lot of times there'll be some junk here and there that you want to clean up. Like for instance, this little spot by the nose for it. Well, and then you can also get some of this stuff in here. Make as small of a brush as I can, and then just erase it. And like say you wanted to erase this bump here, just kind of shave that off. A lot of times it'll be bad enough that you'll have to like go in there and kind of get rid of some of this stuff to make it as smooth as possible. Let up on the mouse pretty often if you're like dragging it along the side and cleaning it up, because you know you'll cut out too much like that, and you can go back to the last spot you were at pretty easy. Let's see what that looks like with the preview. I'm just going to call it good for the tutorial and save it as a cut. Go right back into it and grab the same image again to do the orange part. Same thing, simple. That worked well with the increasing the tolerance and decreasing down to 2. See if it looks about the same. How did I get rid of all that orange before? Oh well, that'll give me a chance to show. So this time if we're doing the orange, we will... Did we want orange in that? Yeah, we want that whole piece to... Okay. Let's see, let's get rid of all the white. I might go back and do a white too. So, even though this is white, if we leave it, it will be part of this one and be orange. And this one's going to have a bunch of junk in it to show you what I was talking about. If you hit preview, there is all kinds of junk in here. So you definitely have to, you know, do the eraser and go through and clear all of this stuff up. You're going to have to hit preview multiple times to see, and then let up on the mouse a lot, because if you take a chunk out of, if you mess up, you don't want to go back too far. Yeah, that'll work. This is going to be a longer video, but hopefully not so long I have to do any editing. You know, I was hoping to have a cleaner image, but I also did want to show that sometimes it does take a while, the price you pay for a free image. And then you could decide to either take out this, you know, the blue and just have the orange be that type of an eye, or you could leave it in and then the whole thing would be orange if you wanted to. This is definitely going to end up being a longer video than I wanted, but hopefully not. Hopefully it'll be worth it to save you some time figuring out how to do a lot of this. It probably took me a while to figure out how to do it, because I do want to show you the slice and group tools too when I get to that. And the things you can do with that. Are we close? Oh, see, there's what I meant. Yeah, I should just leave some of this, because wasn't going to print it anyways. I don't remember if I wanted that little orange piece in there or not, but You can actually, maybe I'll show you how to get rid of that part after the fact if you decide you want to get rid of it later. The only way I know how. Okay. I'm going to call that good no matter what it looks like, but you hit the preview. If there's some more junk in here like that, you can go in and get it out and make sure it's as good as you want. So we'll just do that and save that as well. I was going to do the white too, but I'll just do the two colors for now. So you pick everything. And in the beginning, don't change the size of anything until you group it. So highlight that. That is the orange part. And it doesn't have to be the exact color. You can cut it out on whatever vinyl you want. You know, you can leave this black or you can change that to more of the blue. So then you can layer them how they're supposed to be. Highlight everything and group it. Then that way it moves together and it scales together. And then you could, right there, you could print those two colors any size you wanted. Just hit make it. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and do this part. You can twist and arrange to save space and use a little bit of vinyl. So all you would need is like a 5x7 or a little over 7 piece of vinyl hooked to your board here if you wanted to get that piece kind of in as small of an area as you want. If it was if you were doing iron-on vinyl, you need to hit the mirror and reverse it, but not for if you're doing standard vinyl. And then you can do the same thing, you mirror and adjust the other piece too. So I'm going to cancel that because I wasn't really going to print it. But what I was going to do, so I'm going to hit the eye and turn off that. So say we didn't want this orange piece in here, we could grab a shape like, oh, whatever, doesn't matter, circle. Where'd it go? I'll do the square. So shrink this down, twist it, set it over this piece you want to cut. Highlight everything. You can only have your shape plus one image or it doesn't work. So you have to either get the rest of the stuff out of the way or click the eye to where it's not on the screen. And then you hit slice. And then, you can move those pieces around. Oops. How did I duplicate that? What the heck happened there? Where's the piece that I wanted to get rid of? I don't even know what happened. I'm going to go backwards, because I have no idea what the heck happened to me there. It should have just sliced this piece off there. It's acting weird. Well, here we'll go back far enough that we'll do it. I don't know what happened. But anyways, it's what's supposed to happen. We'll see if I can get it to happen. Is you highlight it and hit slice. And then the piece you sliced off there, not that, this piece, no, this cut piece. I'll highlight it. You can highlight them over here on the side too, and then delete it. Did it work? Oh, I don't know what I got going on now. There shouldn't be there shouldn't be a background image. Well, normally it doesn't do that. But that's how I do most of it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else for just making a two-color image like that. But that is the basic gist of it. You could print those two. You could go back if you wanted to do white. You could just go back to upload grab your image one more time. What was it, Broncos 2? And I don't know if it makes any difference whether you, at one time it worked so well, I dropped it to 4, then to 2. That worked well. Not sure what the difference is. If you want, okay, so if all, you can crop a lot of it out. So if all the white's in that, you could crop the rest of it out to save yourself some time. And then hit the magic wand and get rid of everything but the white here. Back one. Yeah. Could zoom in and get that piece out of there, but for the sake of speed, being done here in a second, I am just going to clean up this outside, and then I will hit preview. There's a little piece there. Preview. Yeah, that's sharp enough up in there. If not, you could go back in and play with it. Continue. Flip it to the cut only. Add this to the picture. Flip it to white. It originally isn't going to be the perfect size probably, although somehow it might be. Maybe I went back far enough. If you've moved the size of these before you get that one on there, then you'll have to like kind of play around with adjusting it to get the right size, but that lays perfectly on top of it. So I will add that in, group it again. Now all 3 of them adjust in size together. So anyways, I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to add. If you messed up when you were cutting, so if you hit make it, it plans on cutting 3 colors. If you don't want to cut, like say you messed up the orange and just want to cut the orange, click the eyeball on both the blue and white, then hit make it, twist it to use the smallest amount of vinyl you can. If you really wanted to save, okay, I thought of one more thing. And then of course mirror it if you're doing any type of iron on. Thought of one more thing. I think you can ungroup all these colors, and then when you make it, did it do it? No, I was wrong on that. I thought you could split every one of these pieces up. Oh, thought of something here. If you're doing text, sometimes the text doesn't. Here, we'll write Christine, and especially when you're doing. And you can find all kinds of fonts online at like 1001fonts.com, I think, or I can't remember all of them, and they hit system, and so never pay for fonts either. Maybe I'll do another video on how to get fonts onto the computer. But especially with cursives, they somehow really get out of whack, where spacing seems further. But like to me, there's too much space in between the S and the T there for whatever reason. So you can ungroup that, and then every letter is on its own, and then you can like kind of move them a little bit. Probably should have dropped them all down to this line, so then you can use that line for reference. So they're kind of all in a row. So you could do that, and then weld it back together with this weld button at the bottom. Sometimes with the cursive it looks cool to like actually just kind of make the cursive touch. You can get them a little closer at the top. I could show you how to do that, but a lot of times you still end up having to do something like this to get it to look perfect and then weld it back together. and then all the letters are kind of back together. And you can still kind of adjust size and everything. You can adjust, there's a text box that comes up, you know, if I hadn't messed with it already, where you can adjust the text spacing, but it still doesn't work perfect. A lot of times you'd have to ungroup it and then re-weld it back together like that. So I'm already at, what, 20 minutes? I will call this video good for this demo. We'll do another one on how to get fonts onto your computer.